Alright, hey guys, this is Max, and today we're going to be talking about the top 3 fastest charging solar generators. So let's get right into the overview. So first off, the different criteria that I have set for these top 3 have to do with the first being 2,000 plus watt hours for the solar generator. So nothing small, we're sticking with the larger sizes. Next, we're going to be talking about solar and AC charging, not necessarily car charging at all, very rarely, because solar and AC seem to be the most common source of charging, but that is speculation, so I don't know exactly. But solar and AC are going to be the two different charging methods I'm going to be going over. However, for combined charging, I'm going to be talking about whether each of these can use the car charger as well as solar and AC all combined together, or maybe 2 together, or none. So I'll get into that sort of towards the end. And then lastly, I'll give you my number 1 choice for my personal circumstances, and I'll explain why. And I'll also give you a link to an article which has more information about smaller solar generators that charge very fast, as well as some other options. So first, before we get into it, if you enjoyed the video and you want to see more content like this, subscribe and hit the bell. And I come out with videos quite consistently here, so let me know by hitting that bell, and also like and comment. So that's it for that. But first off, let's get into number 3 on my list here. So number 3 is the Yeti 3000X, which came out within the last few months from Goal Zero. So this system looks like this. This is on its roll cart. It has a telescoping handle, as you can see on the left. And this is a very large battery, 3,032 watt hours. So that's something to think about if you're looking into something like this. It is a very large system. So for solar charging, I maxed out what it could do. So its maximum solar charge is 960 watts, and let me explain. Because the original system, it only is capable of a maximum of 600, but 960 includes a MPPT module that is sold separately. So this system, I believe it's $100 on Goal Zero's website. It allows for 300 to 360 more watts of solar charge or charging power. So that's why I have it instead of 600 watts of solar to 960. So you can, that's basically the maximum amount of solar that you can possibly get with this system. And so with that module included, as well as the MPPT charge controller that's already inside the Yeti 3000X, it'll charge in approximately 4 to 6 hours with good sunlight and the sufficient amount of panels needed to create that power. So that's obviously very fast if you're into solar generators with these systems. 4 to 6 hours for something that's this big of a battery is very fast. So the AC maximum amount of power you can get with this is 600 watts, and this is with a separate charger for the AC wall outlet. So this one comes with a 230 watt charger, and that charges in about, I want to say 14 hours. 14, I think that's the right number. But if you get something like this, this is actually meant for the Yeti 3000 or Yeti 6000X, but it's a 600 watt power supply, and this one works with the Yeti 1500 and 3000X. So if you get this system, which it is pricey, $200, you can charge it in, let's see here, 6 hours. So that is very fast as well, and it's nice to see that both of these, the solar maximum and the AC maximum, are consistent. And the solar is actually faster if you include as many panels as is required to get the maximum amount of solar into your system. So that's pretty cool to see. Obviously, these are separate purchases you need to make, so totaling $300 for the MPPT and the 600 watt charger. However, if you're looking for very fast charging, this is the route to go for sure. And so combined, and what I mean by combined is if you can combine either solar, AC charging, or even car charging together, And as far as I've seen with looking at the manual, looking at Goal Zero's site, then this does not apply. So they can't charge simultaneously. It's either the AC connection, solar connection, or a car charging port. You can't combine them. So next here, for number 2, we have the Blue Eddy AC200P, and the P in the AC200 stands for, I believe, the lithium iron phosphate battery. So maybe phosphate, I don't know exactly what it is, but I know that the AC200 came out and that had a lithium battery. This one's a lithium iron phosphate, which has a lot more charge cycles. I'll get into that later, but this is what it looks like. And then we can see, well, here it has 2,000 watt hours of battery capacity. So it's not as much as the 3000X, but it's still a pretty fair number, and it's definitely in the class of like a larger, probably the lower end of a large solar generator. It's pretty large. And plus with the battery, it weighs about, I think, over 60 pounds. So lithium iron phosphate batteries are heavy. The Yeti 3000X was lithium ion or lithium NMC. So it's still a little heavier than this system because it has 1,000 plus more watt hours of power for the 3000X. But this one is heavy even with a 2,000 watt hour battery. It's around the same weight as the Yeti 3000X. It's probably within 10 pounds of the 3000X. And so this picture here, this guy with his Tesla, and he's charging it with the Blue Eddy, I don't know any details about it, but the main thing I'm thinking about here is, where do you get this connector? There must be some sort of connection that you would need with the Blue Eddy. So apparently you can charge you can charge your electric car with it, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the charging. So solar maximum to charge your AC 200P with, 700 watts maximum. It's a pretty fair number. And then you can charge it just from solar panels in 3.5 to 4 hours. That's very fast, especially for this type of system, larger battery. That's very, very fast. Next year we have the AC port, or the AC charging maximum is 400 watts. And then that will charge just from the AC port in 5 to 6 hours, which is still a pretty fair number. Now this is a lot less of a battery, or a lot smaller battery than the 3000X, and it charges from the AC ports at around the same time. However, the Yeti 3000X, it comes with a 230 watt AC charger. You have to buy that additional 600 watt charger if you want to charge it that fast in 6 hours. But this one already comes with a charger that will charge it in this amount of time. So you will probably save a decent amount of money doing that. And then combined, it does not combine the car charging port, but you can combine the solar and AC charging for a maximum, or I guess a minimum time of 2.5 to 3 hours. So that's a pretty nice number. Well, it's a really nice number if you can do them both at once. So yeah, you're not going to be waiting very long, especially compared to past solar generators where you would definitely need to wait a significant period of time to be able to charge things up. The technology in charging has improved a ton in the past like 2 years alone. So my number one choice, and if you watch my channel, you know I love the Titan, but the numbers don't lie, and that's why I have it at number 1, and I'll show you the numbers in just a second. So this is a 2,000 plus watt hour system, and if you are not familiar with this Titan, you can connect multiple batteries. So this is one battery. You could connect them vertically, or you could even connect them horizontally with a certain type of cable. But each battery is 2,000 watt hours, so that's why the plus is there. But the solar maximum input that you could have is 1,000 to 2,000 watts. And let me explain here. So 1,000, the maximum of 1,000 watts for solar charging with this system is with one battery. So you don't want to have anything over 1,000 watts of input. So that means that if you don't have a lot of sunlight coming in on a particular day, say you have 1,200 to 1,400 watts of panels, the MPPT charge controllers in here can regulate that and make sure that there's not more than 1,000 watts coming in if there is. So you can have more panels than you need, and that will just adjust. So I mean, another thing to account for is efficiency. So 80% efficiency is going to be the best determining factor whether something's going to work or not. And I'll actually just give you an example here just so you can get a better idea of what I'm talking about. So say you have a 1,000, I mean, this is like pretty simple, but say you have like 1,400 watts of panels, and then you're going to get about 80% efficiency from those panels in good sunlight. So this is what you're going to get in good sunlight, but if it's cloudy, that could be a drastically reduced number. It's all relative. So it's best to get like more solar panels than you really think you need, and that'll allow you to get more power. Anyways, I said 1,000 to 2,000. So 2,000 watts applies to 2 or more batteries connected to the system, and that's clearly like the best that well, this is the best that I've ever seen for solar inputs. 2,000 watts is an insane number, and that's because this system has 2 MPPT charge controllers within the module, which is this top part, and that's why it's able to get so much power. But if you do 2,000 watts or more than 1,000 on one battery, that can risk damaging the system, so don't do that if you're looking to actually get this. And so if you have 1,000 watts of solar coming in with one battery, or 2,000 watts coming in with 2 batteries, both of those will charge in 2 to 4 hours. So the reason why they can charge in the same period of time is because, like I said, they have 2 charge controllers, MPPT charge controllers, and when you're using 1,000 watts with one battery, you're only using one MPPT connection. And kind of here you could see where the panels connect on this right side. So there's 2 connections, and you're only using one if you have one battery for all of those solar panels that are all connected, all those 1,000 watts going into the system. So that's pretty awesome. So if you have 2 batteries, you're going to charge in the same amount of time if you have that many solar panels. That's a lot of solar panels, so definitely need a lot of space. So the AC maximum charge is from 600 to 1,200 watts, and just like the solar panel maximum 1,000 to 2,000, the 600 refers to just one battery, and it comes with one AC charger, and you could get another if you want to charge faster, but that's only recommended for 2 or more batteries, just like the solar. And so both of those systems, if you have 2 batteries with the 2 AC chargers, or 1 AC charger with 1 battery, they'll both charge in 3 to 4 hours, which is very, very fast. And that's why I have this at number 1, is because these charging times alone are very impressive. But even in addition to that, you can combine all 3 of the charging methods together to charge in an extremely fast time. I don't have exact numbers, but I mean, if these numbers are already low, then you could probably just get a decent idea of how fast this will really charge, even though it's a very large system. So that's what I have here. And then I have some more information if you're looking for a smaller system, or if you're just looking for other options instead of just these 3. I have an article linked below. But before that, my personal choice is the Blue Eddy AC200P. And you would think I would choose the Titan because I've been talking about it on my channel a lot if you've seen a lot of my videos. But the reason why I like this system is because of the charge cycles. It has 3,500 plus charge cycles, which means this thing will last really long. It will last a very long time. As long as I take care of it, it's going to last a very long time. And that's because of that lithium iron phosphate battery. It has just a longer life overall. If you take care of it, it's generally a safer battery than a lithium ion. I don't know exactly how it's safer, but lithium ion's already pretty safe, so that's hard to tell. However, the life cycles are why I chose this system over the Titan. But if you want to check out one of my other videos, I compare the new upcoming release of the Titan 2.0 and the Point Zero Energy Helios. Those are both that's the company that makes the Titan. They're coming out with lithium iron phosphate batteries for their upcoming systems. So that'll be exciting to see in terms of life cycles, because the more life cycles, the longer this thing's going to last, and that just means it's going to bring me more value. That's why I chose this system. And then, as I was talking about before, I have an article linked below, and it will show you smaller systems so not 2,000 watts. There's 5 systems. I talk about, I believe, 2 in this video, the Blue Eddy and the Titan, but all the others in the article are different, and I think you'll enjoy that if you're interested in fast charging systems and you want to get the best one for you. So check that out if you're interested. Also, of course, thank you for watching always, and subscribe and hit the bell if you want to see more off-grid information in terms of power, solar generators, solar panels, that sort of thing. And then like and comment, of course. What do you guys have to say about this? Do you agree with my top 3, or do you have some others that you want to bring to my attention? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you there, and hopefully in the next video. Take care.